Hey, hi, this is Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour, and I wanted to read you a quote, and it says, American proverb, it doesn't work to leap a 20-foot chasm in two 10-foot jumps. Took me a while to really picture that, but can you picture that? That's kind of like the way life is right now, all right? We're making a job doing one. We don't have a real picture and power and having a say in how our life turns out. We're kind of being victims, like we don't have a say and we can't make a change. And we're not believing the government anymore because it's totally upside down. And we're in an election year where everybody's making everybody wrong. You don't know who to believe. And then they're going to come to us and say, okay, vote for me. It's really amazing. Okay, so I've got a caller on the line. What's your name, caller?
My name is Janet. Hello? Can you hear me?
Wait a minute. I haven't got my headset on. I wonder why I couldn't hear anything. You see now. Okay, go ahead, caller. Sorry.
That's okay. Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Wait a minute. Little technological problem here. I'm working out. Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go.
I feel like we're in a commercial. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yes. We're doing a telephone thing.
My question has to do with the fact that, and I don't want to trivialize the big changes that people go through and the effects it has on their lives.
Yeah.
But I have a coworker who, she's got a lot going on, but she's the victim of all of it. And all she does is gripe and complain and mope around and drag her feet and wah, 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 wah. And, I guess my level of sympathy only has so much room to bear. I don't know. And I don't want to sound cold and callous. It's just I have a hard time with people who complain and aren't willing to do anything about changing what's going on with them.
Yeah, I mean, think about this now. You were just born, you just came out of your mom's womb, and you're sitting there going, I don't like the way the lighting is on this table. I don't like the room that's here. I don't like the dock. You understand? You're not programmed to do that. You have to learn how to do that.
Right.
Okay, so my point is that people listen to, they watch the news, they watch the stock market, they read the newspapers and everything else, and most of it sells because it's negative. So we get programmed to be negative. We don't know how to be positive anymore. We don't even know how to turn a negative into a positive, much less be positive.
So how does a person who's generally positive deal with a negative person and maybe get them to see the sunnier side of things?
Okay, here you go. You ready?
Uh-huh.
First, you have to ask permission to shoot straight. So in other words, you got to get their attention so they're not listening to themselves dig their own pit, okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so you get their attention. Then you say, I got to tell you, a lot of the things that's talked about in the world today is negative. And have you ever really listened to what you talk about? And they'll say yes or no. And then you say, have you ever thought about having the thought of, if it's not positive, I'm not going to say it? Mm-hmm. And what they'll do is they'll get to a place where then I don't have anything to say.
Yeah.
And then what they have to do is understand that it's better to say nothing than to say something negative. And then they'll go to a place of, wow, if I want to talk, I have to say something positive. And then when they say something positive, it'll light people up. They will have people want to be around them more. So everything they're attempting to get by speaking negative, they will get by being quiet, being an effective listener, and speaking what is positive.
It's almost the same concept, just maybe a little bit more difficult for people. It's when you're feeling down.
Yeah.
And I got this from a vacation we were on. Somebody walked up to my husband and said, turn that frown upside down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just about looking at, I guess, the flip side and just that change.
Yeah.
Makes a difference in your mental headspace.
Yeah. Now, are you sure your husband isn't listening to the show? You could be in big trouble.
Oh, I don't think he is.
Well, you'll find out now. Anyway, so yeah, the idea is what if in the world today, if we all agreed not to say anything negative, and if we had to say something that was critical or something we didn't like, we did it in a way that didn't make people wrong. We did it in a way that was a suggestion to do it a different way to get a different result. Mm-hmm. It's like we teach our kids, if you don't have something nice or good to say, don't say anything.
Right.
And as adults, we teach our kids that, but as adults, we don't be that.
We don't be it.
And that's exactly what the show is about today. And can you hear it in my tone and my voice? I'm a little bit ticked off today because of all the negative stuff that's going on.
Yeah, I can hear that.
And I'm getting to a place of someone's got to change this. Somebody's got to say, "Hey, world, wake up! Get a clue. We make our own environment, and if we don't like what we got, who caused it? We did." You understand? And that's so. Are you getting a hint about what you could say to this friend of yours?
Yeah, it's and I've heard you say this before. Only each one of us are in control of our own destiny. I think I said that differently than you.
Yeah, no, that's right on though. That's right on. So what if we could hold others accountable through who we're being to be positive? And the truth is, people don't even know how to do that. They speak it in church on Sunday morning. They come out and they get in a fight in the parking lot about a parking space. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
It's not funny, but it's funny because it happens and it's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
And so you said people don't know how to be positive. So I guess it's about when you are a generally positive-minded person, being that like out there crazy, so people get it and go, oh wow, maybe. Oh, wow.
Okay, now I'm going to say something to you that might tick off some other listeners, but I'm going to say it anyway. Look, you can be absolutely brain dead and just default to negative and speak negative because you don't have to think, because that's the programming that's around you. Mm-hmm. To be positive, you have to turn your brain on and, quite frankly, filter out the garbage and keep the good stuff, which is having a say in how your life turns out. Mm-hmm. To be a teacher of positive, you have to be alive. You have to be able to see that the grass isn't greener on the other side of the fence. All you got to do is water your side.
I love that. Can I use that somewhere?
Knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. Anyway, thanks for calling. If I can help you in any way, call me back.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Bye-bye.
All right, now, that was a good call. Now, in putting on my headset, I dropped some of my coats, so on the break I have to get my coats back. And so how do you manage unexpected change, all right? And we were just talking about that with the caller who was on the phone just now. It says, one of the things about managing change is when you're faced with change happening so rapidly, or if you're faced with life-altering changes, all right, you have to make instantaneous decisions. And what if those decisions in your heart you knew you had to make was not just survival decisions? It's who would I have to be to make a difference first in my life, then in my family's era, all right, then in everybody else I meet. How could I make a positive difference? What would I have to say? What would I have to instantaneously forgive? Who would I have to be, and how big would I have to be? Now think about that. So how do you get to gauge how big you're being or what you should say? And I have a tool called Purpose, all right? Now, I did a series of CDs a couple of years ago that I've been telling everybody about for a couple of years. I've been on the radio, and it's called the Getting Started series, which is creating your purpose, how to let fear serve you instead of stop you, and what it is. What is commitment, and how does commitment serve you, all right? Then I did another CD. It says Taking Care of Me series, life balance. How do I have balance in my life where I actually have a say in how my life turns out? And personal planning. How do I take care of myself in writing? And then accountability. How do I, absolutely allow someone or a team of people hold me accountable for me having what I say I want by when I say I want it? Then the last one I did was called Building Your Future series, becoming a better leader, building a team, and how to do that. And then what's beyond success? What's beyond what you know and what you say you want? Now, these CDs I've been talking about for a long time, and if you will get these CDs and listen to what they say, everything that you need is addressed in these CDs. Everything I'm talking about today is in these CDs, all right? All right, I have to go on another break, and my producer is going, cut it off, let's go. So I have to be positive and smile. So this is Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour, KZSB AM 1290. Get on back here.